often I come across video comments that tickle me fancy, but inspire me to respond back, either because they're factual and they're, they're spot on, or they're just playing off the reservation. But in regards to the latter, here is one comment that's so far off the reservation, I couldn't keep this one to myself. Observe as a silly Stadia-hate comment gets destroyed. Let's get into it.
Stay sick cause I follow my gut. They say I was pushing my luck. I'ma push me a matte all black truck. Oh, I'm not sorry.
What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back again with another video. Do me a huge favor before we get into this one. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells for notifications, please, so you know when I'm dropping these doses on the Stadia Dosage. I appreciate all y'all straight up. Y'all know the deal. Y'all know the reason, and y'all know the slogan. I am not too proud to ask. Let's get into it. All right. Here's the deal, y'all. All right. So I get it. Because I heavily favor Stadia and I promote it a lot and I'm favorable towards it, people immediately look at that, and some of the gaming community, the hardcore gaming community that is, because let's be real, the vast majority of gamers don't even know what Stadia is, but the hardcore gaming community looks at that and their knee-jerk reaction is, what? Why? I done heard this. Young Ye said that, or Wrong Ye and Meancast guy said this, and I get it. The problem is that I don't care. Why don't I care? Because I don't belong to the idiot herd. I don't have a knee-jerk reaction to belong. If I see something that piques my interest, just because there's 10 other people talking about it, I don't care. I know my likes may be different from theirs. I'm gonna try it out. First-hand experience is always the best experience, not someone else's emotions. And that's what happened with Stadia. I didn't listen to everybody else. I actually tried it out, discovered the truth about the platform, and realized that the platform, as far as I'm concerned, provides a better performing, a really convenient, and a great mobile way to play my favorite games. You know what I mean? That just is bar none. You know what I mean? I now it's to the point to where, again, at this point in time, I'm not unaware of Stadia's position when it comes to the number of games that it has. But I don't care. I don't even want to play games on another platform. They perform and work so well for me on Stadia, I want to wait till they come to Stadia. You know what I mean? So you call me a fool, but in having no downloads, dealing with frictionless gaming, not having to deal with patches, all that stuff, I'm spoiled. The platform has spoiled me. It has introduced gaming to me in a way that I'm not familiar with. A lot of people that are PC gamers that used to primarily game at 30 frames per second, but now can deal with 60 plus frames, know what I'm talking about. And that's at the heart of this too. Like, once you primarily game at 60 frames per second, it's hard for you to go back to 30. It is very hard. And that's the same thing with me. I'm getting 60 frames per second and I ain't got to deal with downloads and DLC and patches. It's hard for me to go back to that other stuff that does, period. With that being said, I get it. The mainstream media, along with the average viewer, they don't do their due diligence all the time. They only know what's in the first 5 minutes of now, okay? And they are disconnected solely from the cloud gaming community. They don't understand why we want to do cloud gaming, the frictionless gaming, the inexpensive way to game, the mobility, the convenience. They don't get that. All they know is what's in front of them. So when you find yourself somebody that may be interested in cloud gaming, a lot of people do themselves a disservice by looking into cloud gaming by going to the mainstream media. That's the most wrong thing you could do. I mean, I get it. There are people out there that, are well known, that speak in detail about stuff like consoles and PC, names that you may trust, a Paris Lilly of Gamertag Radio or Rob Leahy of GamerIndustry.biz, but when it comes to the cloud gaming community, they are clueless. They are clueless. You got to know who to go to for what reason. I am not going to my accountant when I need my bushes trimmed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Period. All right. Now, that being the case, We have someone that has fallen victim to a lot of the bibble babble, whether it's from the community, the hardcore gaming community, or whether it's one of the mainstream media people that don't understand cloud gaming. And they decided to come on one of my videos where I explain where Xcloud being bundled with Game Pass isn't a game changer that much for the cloud gaming community. You know what I mean? It speaks more to the water cooler talk, again, for the mainstream media and for some of the hardcore people that don't understand it. It serves as water cooler talk for y'all. More importantly, it does add value to the console gamer, but the console gamer really don't care about gaming on their phones all like that. They just don't care. They don't care. All right? That being said, someone that has fallen victim to that hyperbole decided to come in my comments, and the comment is so out of touch with reality, but it exemplifies like how far people are disconnected from this whole situation that I had to highlight it, but also I gotta destroy it. Okay. So let's get into it. Here's the comment right here. All right, so it's broken down into 2 paragraphs, and I'm not going to show the person's name. All right, I'm going to do a couple sentences at a time, and hopefully y'all can bear with me here, because I'm going to try to read this in the mind state of the Mensa candidate that wrote this. You know what I'm saying? But my God, my God, my God. Okay, so you guys ready? Here we go.
Your service is $10 a month. You're paying for a feature that you can't even use 4K. Some buttons on your controller aren't functional. The majority of your games are at least 2 years old.
All right. So let's deal with the $10 a month for a feature you can't use. The Mensa candidate is talking about the pro subscription, which you don't need to play Stadia games, by the way. You can just use the price of the game. You can just buy the game, play it at 1080p 60, you know what I'm saying, on your laptop, PC, and your phone and tablet, or Stadia, Chromecast, with the Stadia controller, whatever tickles you fancy. So you can just pay the price of the game. If you want 4K, you get 4K. You don't get native 4K, but you get a dynamically scaled or AI-induced 4K that looks phenomenal. Pointed ad. This is video from my homeboy, Projekt Storm, part of the PNTS network. Now, this video doesn't do, me showing this here doesn't do his video justice, but go to his channel, Projekt Storm. He has 4K video from Stadia all over the place, and it looks fantastic. All right. So do not believe the garbage. And as far as it being native 4K, which I guess this person is coming to, is they're under this belief that every single game on Xbox is native 4K for one, and for two, you wouldn't know the difference unless Digital Foundry told you so. So stop the garbage. Again, beautiful looking games, beautiful performing games. The bibble babble means nothing. All right. So the next part of their bibble babble, which was the
some buttons on your controller aren't functional.
I take you here. I don't know if this person is from Netflix Dark and they started off maybe in 2019 and got warped to 1983 and somehow ended back in July of 2020. Mensa candidate extraordinaire. You want to read this? From December 3rd, 2019, assisted button now active on the Google Stadia controller. Next from the Mensa candidate.
And the majority of your games are at least 2 years old.
Okay, so here goes the Stadia games. All right, we got Octopath Traveler, Players Unknown Battleground. We got about like 65 plus games. You got and shout out to Stadia Source. They got a list of all this stuff. The Rocket Ages ain't out yet. Yeah, we do got some older titles. We got newer titles too, like Doom, Division, Power Rangers, Zombie Army 4 was a newer title. It didn't drop day and date, but it was new it was free as soon as it dropped as a pro game. So that was a big game, very fun game. So yes, there are older games here. With that being said, I find it ironic that later, and we'll show it later in your rant, your bumbling, rambling, bubbling rant, that you praise the older games on Xcloud, which there's a slew of them. Look at this old crap. Look at this old garbage. It's a bunch of old garbage crap in here. That's why there's the moniker for Game Pass. They call it fillers. It's full of filler games. Look at all this stuff on here. Stop. But you praise Xcloud for having old games, but it's a problem for Stadia to have the older games too, even though they play them better. And they're a lot more mobile and a lot more agile on Stadia. It's okay for Xcloud to have it where they can only play it on 2 types of devices. Stadia can play it on more devices. It's better. And really, and then you can play it mobily just for $10 a month. You can get high resolution. Like my phone, I can get 1440p performance out of my Pixel phone. So my $10 is going towards that. What do I get with Xcloud? Excuse me. 720p, 30 frames per second. Stop it. So the first part of their bibble babble, there we go. Okay. So let's continue on. All right.
A lot of majority of your games are at least 2 years old, and the games that you have that are new sometimes arrive at a later date at inferior versions. All your exclusives are literally kiddie games. Major companies have already stated they will not work with Stadia due to them ending Stadia suddenly, like previous projects.
Okay. So now let's deal with, the games come at a later date and they're inferior versions. All right. So games are ported at a later date. Yes, Mensa candidate, because Stadia wasn't out when these games were developed. Mensa candidate. The game system has only been out for 7 months. Stop. Come on. Stop it. Don't skip a dose. Stop it. Okay? Now, as far as inferior versions, all right, well, I tell you what. This is footage of me playing Division 2 on 4K that
doesn't exist
on Stadia via a web browser at 60 frames per second. Now again, Stadia is on a web browser. You can play it on your TV. You can play it on Android phones and tablets as well. Xcloud is only on Android phones and tablets. Even at that, I get the same visual looks, the same performance on the phone. Can you say the same about Xcloud? No, you can't. When Xcloud gives me this, holler. All right. So next to the Mensa candidate extraordinaire.
And all of your exclusives too are literally kiddie games.
Okay. Here's a list of Stadia exclusives. First and foremost, I don't know if he can count. I'm going to say no, but there are 11 total and announced Stadia exclusives. 9 of them are currently here. And really that number isn't actual. There's more. Why do I say there's more? Number one, Baldur's Gate isn't here. Now I get that it's early access, but still this is an experience that they can play via Stadia before it goes anywhere else. And it's not out yet. It's coming out in August, I believe it is. So a month from now. Secondly, Crata is a game building platform. And when that was released, that came bundled with additional games that were made from Crata. So really, it's well beyond 11. Crata is exclusive to Stadia. be in 20 territory, but I'm gonna keep it. I won't count those games. Right now, they have 9 games that are currently available on the platform. Now, let's go through each of these games. Out of the 9 games that are there now, because the 2 that aren't there are Gunsport and Serious Sam 4. The 4 that are kitty are Get Packed, Spitlings, Stacks on Stacks. I don't know if you would consider Ember kitty. You might, but it got some suggestive themes that it has cartoony graphics, but it's not kitty. Wave Break is definitely not kitty because it has Miami Vice style drug references all over it. Guilt, it's more scary, but it might be, you can, it's 50-50 there. Lost Worlds definitely ain't kitty because the themes that they're dealing with are serious. A lot of people don't even know if they want their kids playing this game. Orcs Must Die is not kitty. Is it Last of Us 2 graphics? No, but it's not a kitty game. And again, Crata is a world building game, which the world builder itself is definitely family friendly, but not all the games in it are kitty games. Take, for example, the Rainbow Six Siege style game that's in there, that someone built using Crata. Okay? So, again, you really tried your hardest there, but it fell flat. Let's go back.
Some major companies have already started that they will not work with Stadia due to them ending Stadia suddenly like previous projects.
He's talking about this. This is a Business Insider article that in March, it was trampled all over the place, but I digress. Let's have some fun with this. It reads, Google's ambitions push into gaming is floundering and it's due largely to few games on the Stadia platform. Here's why developers have held back. So they're talking about developers that claim that Stadia wasn't friendly to their type of development, okay? Now, when Stadia was referenced to some of these findings, Stadia went back and Stadia responded back and said, whoa. They said, okay, so it says here, when Reach for Comment, Stadia representative Patrick Saybolt said, the publishers and developers that we speak with regularly are very supportive and want Stadia to succeed. It is also worth pointing out that not every publisher has announced their games for Stadia. So far, more games will continue to be announced in due course. He also sent over a list of all the major publishers that Google is working with, including companies like EA, Bethesda, Ubisoft, 2K Games, and Rockstar Games. But this is their response to that, though. This is how you figure they got caught in the muck and where Business Insider really got caught. But the vast majority of indie hits aren't published by these massive publishers. And so then as you reread the article, they're talking about indie developers, quote unquote, having issues with Stadia, which that was a farce. Why was that a farce? I'm gonna get into that in a little bit. But that's what he's referring to. He read some headline somewhere, or he or she read some headline somewhere and didn't get their facts together. Why I say that's a farce? Because for part 1, just a month later, they had to release this. Google Stadia gains users after giving free access for 2 months. Business Insider had to release that. Then the nail in the coffin is from Digital Trends. Indie game devs are taking a gamble on Google Stadia and it's paying off. Can we stop this? Can we stop the ridiculousness, please? People like our friend here that will remain nameless, you are not doing them a service. All right, let's go to the final part. Let's just flesh this final part out. Let's read through all this babble together because it all relates to why they bring it on home and why they think Xcloud is going to dominate everything.
Xcloud is going to make Stadia relevant because in 2 months we'll be getting the entire Xbox Game Pass player base, thousands, whether they want to join or not.
Now they tying mugs up in tie-dye vans and giving them Sea of Thieves. Jesus!
Because everybody under the Ultimate subscription is getting Xcloud, so as soon as Xcloud releases, recommendations about its service will spread and people will want to game on any screens 100s of games at no additional charge to anyone's lifestyle.
So let's tackle all that bibble babble again to Mr. Candidate Extraordinaire. Game Pass being bundled with Xcloud is going to be the tell-all be-all for the cloud gaming enthusiast. Okay. All right. So first and foremost, we already debunked that, and this is our Broadband Bullies article. You definitely want to check it out. It's titled, and this is in the video versions what the Mr. Candidate Extraordinaire is actually responding to. Stadia Corner: Why Xcloud versus Stadia talks right now are foolish. All right. And the thing that brings it all home is that Game Pass being bundled with Xcloud does nothing for the cloud gaming enthusiast. Why? Because the cloud gaming enthusiast at mass wants to play their games either on PCs and laptops or TVs, not phones and tablets. Okay? So we went to the cloud gaming community's top platforms, which are arguably, really, factually, they're Shadow, GFN, Stadia. And we asked them, where do you play the majority of your games? And they resoundingly picked at 41% TVs, 48% laptops, only 11% are on phones and tablets. So, if that's the case, Xcloud's inclusion of Game Pass being out there does nothing for this group because they can only play it on phones and tablets. Now, people may doubt that. Don't doubt it, because in this article from WCCF Tech, the headline, Projekt Xcloud will eventually be on every screen rather than just mobile, Spencer says. But there's what he has to say to that. He says, we want to bring Projekt Xcloud eventually to every screen that someone can stream games to. Right now, we're just saying mobile. The discussion's going on. We're working things out, yeah. But we'll talk more specifically about which mobile devices through August and September launch, yeah. That don't sound like that they're coming anytime soon. And I don't have the snippet right now because the good brother blocked me, but Tom Warren also told you that in regards to performance, that cloud gamers are used to, they're used to at least 1080p 60, that you're not getting that performance boost until 2021. When in 2021? We don't know. Stop it! But lastly, if Xcloud is so great, I need y'all to riddle me this. There are 50 to 60 million Xboxes out there. If there are 50 to 60 million or maybe even more Xboxes out there, why is it that only a third have Game Pass? There are only 10 to 20 million Game Pass subscriptions out there, which means that the overwhelming majority of Xbox gamers rather just pay $10 for online. They don't care about Game Pass. Why? Because the games that are dropping day and date in Game Pass, they consider to be trash. And whenever you have a subscription service, it's your day and date products that make it a deal or not. Only 30% of Xbox gamers themselves have Game Pass. What the hell makes you think, Mr. Candidate Extraordinaire, that not all of a sudden is going to balloon to 90% of the other gamers out there in the stratosphere? When, again, only 11% of the gamers out there want just to game on phones and tablets of the cloud gaming community. So you got a minority of a minority of a minority. Stop it! Last but not least, the final nail in the coffin for the Mensa Candidate Extraordinaire. Y'all talking all this smack about Game Pass, but so easily do y'all forget that Uplay Plus is coming to Stadia. And guarantee you this, that even though Game Pass is getting Halo, which if they do it right is going to be a big game, Uplay Plus is getting Assassin's Creed Valhalla, it's getting Watch Dogs, it's getting Far Cry 6. Those are 3 heavy big hitters coming day and date. And the way that Uplay Plus works now is that you get the ultimate versions. So if it works that way on Uplay Plus and Stadia, y'all need to shut the hell up. Because many people value the games that come day and date in Uplay Plus well over what's in Game Pass. Period. They were giving Game Pass away for $1. I could buy some Manscaped shaving cream and get Game Pass for 50 cents for 17 months. Stop it. Let's see how many of those subscribers they retain when they're charging that full $14.99 a month without the Manscaped 50 cent coupons. Stop it. So, Mr. Candidate, I urge you, make sure you took all your doses for the week. Sit back, get a cold compress. I'm sorry. We had to stomp your jaw in. And that's it from your boy MM2K. Hey, yo, let me know what you think about what I had to say in the comment section below, because like I always say, who cares what I think? But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to the Broadband Bullies, PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and yes, the Stadia Dosage. I don't know if y'all can hear the sirens in the back. They coming from Mr. Candidate Extraordinaire. But with that said, you all have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.